everybody knows Barry Island.
Barry Island is one of those places that sort of gets under your skin. It really does. It's a beautiful place. It's got so much going for it.
And you come back and you realise how amazing growing up with such freedom was. Barry Island is part of that.
Been here ever since I've been a kiddie, at around 4 to 5 years old.
Barry Island, at the moment, if you look at it, people think, well, why is it called Barry Island? Because it's not an island. But it actually was before the docks were built. It's very much viewed as an island by the people that live in Barry, and particularly the people who live in Barry Island, very fiercely protective of what is called the rock.
We've been on the island our whole life. My granddad started up the island, well, took over the island and had it running for the last 40 odd years or something.
And I've worked on Barry Island for 45 years. I've been in this one here for, it's my 11th year in this one.
Barry Island is a seaside resort in South Wales. It was a popular tourist destination from the Victorian era and remained popular for most of the 20th century.
The amount of people used to come on this island, you'd think it would sink.
In its heyday, you had something like 250,000 people down here. Yeah, really, really busy, and 20,000 people in the water. In fact, you couldn't see where the water finished and the sand started. There were so many people in the water.
You were virtually, you had that much room on the beach, that's all you had. The fairground was full, the gardens were full, the prom was full, and the headlands were full. It was a bank holiday and it was very busy.
Our biggest time with the arcade was during the 1980s. When the camp was going, it was all built up, the camp. They were having 5,000 visitors in the camp at one time. And as soon as the camp closed down, that's when the business went down 50%.
Back in those days, and that's probably the reason why Butlins became sort of unviable, really, was that people stopped going to holiday camps.
Butlins Barry Island Holiday Camp opened in 1966 and brought thousands of people to the island. But in the mid-1980s, the camp had to close its doors.
The 80s and 90s was, the budget holiday started evolving, where it was so affordable for people to go away, to Spain for a week, as much as it would cost to stay in the UK for a weekend.
Italy, Turkey, Egypt, they never went there. There's just 90% was locally based. Now, more people go abroad than holiday at home.
Although the beach remained a sort of a beautiful environmental jewel, the actual resort facilities may be left a bit to be desired.
Then it went from a holiday resort to a day trips resort. And some people didn't survive. Some families, like the O'Sheas and myself and the Osborns and the Ford, we decided to make it, if you're going to be a day trip resort, we must make the best one we possibly can.
Then, in 2007, Gavin and Stacey, a British sitcom based in Barry Island, showed the island in a new light.
This TV company came along, made a little comedy program about Barry Island, and it just took off. Curiosity is a wonderful thing, and when you're curious, you want to go and have a look, or you want to go and see it. So they come here, they come and have a look and see it, and see what it is, and say, wow. And then they say, what a pretty little place, and it's, we're not massive, we're not, like Saudi Arabia or Las Vegas or anything like that. We're Barry Island.
After Gavin and Stacey went off the air, Barry Island was looking for a new way to attract travelers. Luckily, something else was starting to change.
People are taking time out for short breaks, going back to more traditional things where, as families, they come out for a day.
Seeing a lot more, these staycations and people looking around at what's available in their own country.
I think now people have, with what's going on in the rest of the world, perhaps people are thinking, well, perhaps we're safer at home. Who knows,
But still, something's missing.
We need desperate for accommodation. We've got no accommodation on the island at all.
Back to where it used to be, where people could come and stay for a week's holiday or 2 weeks holiday.
It's amazing how no big companies have, with holiday parks, haven't been down here to invest.
And finally, someone is looking to invest. 2 companies have bid on the property up on Nels Point, and one has been chosen.
Now, all that means is that we're being open and honest about the fact that we are now in negotiations with them to see if we can get their proposal to work, which is a proposal for a hotel and leisure complex.
Accommodation will get people to stay on the island, but nothing can change.
The weather. That's all we need, hot and sunny. That's all that's missing is the weather. We'll have everything else. We'll have, like I said, we've got the amenities, we'll have the facilities, we'll have the infrastructure.
Council's extended the holiday season by holding weekend events from June to October, but it seems more needs to be done.
So I think they need to think about keeping the people here all year rather than just the summer.
But on the promenade down here, they should always have something going on so that this is a full-on tourist place all year round.
There is one thing that will bring people to the island in the off-season, and sure enough, they're fixing it up.
The fairground is being regenerated, which will bring people down here.
Henry Dance has got big plans for the fairground. As with any business, he's got to see how he's going to make that happen, so wait and see.
Some believe the council is holding the island back.
Without the council being what they used to be, no one else can be what they used to be, so it's been let down a little bit, if you ask me.
There needs to be that bit of internal investment and a bit of really innovation, a bit of foresight in terms of what they want to do.
If it wasn't for the council, it'd be able to keep running and keep up, and if they let people do what they wanted to do to the island, then it'd be better.
The council should stick their hand in their pocket, really, shouldn't they, and help things out.
But the council is focusing on regeneration for the whole town of Barrie, and the island is just the start of a much bigger plan.
We decided to focus on the regeneration of the actual resort and do one large piece of regeneration to actually put a focus back on Barrie Island and hopefully become the main driver for economic regeneration in the town.
A second road to help deal with traffic is underway, but it's more than one change that's helping the seaside resort get back on its feet.
Barrie Islands, just imagine a cooking pot, right? And you've got to cook something. So you've got the beach, that's the recipe, the promenade, the facilities, the amenities, like everything goes in this cook. Everything's an ingredient. Like we developed all Eastern Arcade, right, on the eastern end of the island, right, the beach huts, the climbing wall, the Eastern Arcade, right. That doesn't bring people to Barrie Island, but what it does, it enhances what we got. So it's another recipe, to make Barrie Island taste better.
It's all part of a jigsaw, and that's the whole point about regeneration. Is it's looking at all the different building blocks that you have to get to work together, and sometimes it's a bit of a thankless task, but when it all works, then you get something really special.
It's #1 premier resort in South Wales, I believe.
Barrie Island will hit its peak again back in another 2 years.
It's still got a ways to go, but one thing is certain. Barrie Island is known by many and loved by all.
I've everything from the Prime Minister, the First Minister, politicians, I get comedians, musicians, it doesn't matter. It's just a cosmopolitan mix of people, I see that every day.
It's a natural beauty. It's history and it's a natural beauty. It's not going to fall apart, is it? The beach is still going to be here. The cliffs are still going to be here, whatever the council do.
Like a lot of other places, Barrie's not unique, but it's holding beer. I mean, I joked earlier on about trying to get out and dig in tunnels and all that, but really, people who go always come back. It's funny.
I think once people come here, they want to come back.
I think when people do come and visit, they come back.
I just think it's just wonderful. Look at us, we're all sat here now looking at the most miserable grey sea, but thinking, isn't that lovely?
Yeah, it's just nice to chill,
We are Wales's biggest town. We are something really special, and to actually have people to have the confidence to believe that.
And when people talk about Barrie in a positive sense, it makes me feel good. It's part of my life. If you snap me in half, I'd be like a stick of rock. I'll have Barrie Island written through me.
This is our childhood, so if we grew up seeing this place just go to the dumps, then that wouldn't be good at all.
Oh, it's so emotional thinking back.
In Wales, it's called Hiraeth. It's a feeling there,
With new developments on the way, upgrades already in the works, and a community that wants nothing more than to see future generations create memories where they once did, it looks like there's going to be a brighter future for Barrie Island.